Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have started with the shading of this particular glass bottle over here. So now what I'll be doing over here is let's go into this. I'll go into the image plane. Let's take a reference of a glass and let's model a glass over here. So what I'll do over here is let's again go into create curve tools, bezier curve, just give a curve. Alright, so let's select the control vertices and adjust it. So select this, modify center pivot, I'll slightly just place it over here, surface, and let's give revolve. So I'll just assign a bit of revolve over here. So let's select the bezier curve, select the bezier curve, select the bottom part, let's just delete it, select the shape, let's go over here and say reverse direction, select the shape, image plane, make it as none, modify center pivot. So go into modify, convert knobs to polygons, make it as chords, apply it, modify center pivot, shuffle it out in this way. So let's just delete this stuff and let's give smooth over here. So we can slightly assign smooth and push it down. Now again we'll be assigning a glass shader on top of it. So for that what I'll be doing over here is let's go over here, right click, assign new material, let's go into Arnold, AI standard surface. So first let me save this. So let's go over here, AI standard surface, and let's go into this, go into the transmission. I'll just give a total white color, I'll increase the weight, and over here I'll make the roughness to 0. So we have already assigned a bit of specular over here. So let's again go into the material properties. I'll just change this. Alright, this looks much better. Now, if you want to see this, let's take a small render out of it. So let's assign a render over here. For the glass. Okay. So pretty decent over here. Now, I'll just go over here. I'll just take an IPR. I'll just set up an IPR over here for the glass. Select the glass. Let's go to its properties, and if you go over here and reduce the IOR, you can see that it is going to be more thinner. So let's just make it as 1.5. Slightly I'll give a bit of anisotropy, and you have a depth option. So let's slightly increase the depth over here. So I'll just make it to 0.25, the depth part. Okay, so you need to render correctly, the correct view. Okay, looks better. Go down. You can slightly increase this specularity. So you can see we have roughness. If you go on increasing it, it's going to be more of a frosted stuff. So let's not increase that. We'll just make it as 0. I'll again go down. IOR, I'll just set it to 1.55. Anisotropy 0.1. Go down. Alright. So let's just off this stuff. And if you don't want to give this smoothness, I can just go into this. I'll just make the division level as 1. Select this. Go into editable mesh, and slightly you can assign a bit of thickness. Alright. Now let's see how it looks now. Okay, much better now. So if we assign a thickness, it's going to look better. Select this. Again go over here. Depth you can increase it to 0.4 over here. Alright. Let's again go over here. Let's take again, go into create, curve tools. Let's take a bezier curve. So let's select the control points, adjust it. Alright, So let's go over here and let's give revolve. Oops, okay. Go into modify, center pivot, and let's shuffle it over here. Go into surface, let's give revolve over here. Go into this reverse direction, modify, convert knobs to polygons, center pivot again, push this out, select this, so select the whole thing over here. Go into this mesh, fill hole, slightly just extrude it if required, or we can just select this and give a bit of lattice over here. Let's create lattice. Go into the lattice point. You can make it uneven if required, like this. So we can just assign that. Go into edit. Let's delete the history of it over here. So we can do that. Alright. So I'll just place it inside this correctly. Oops. I'm sorry. Over here. In this way. Shuffle it inside. Slightly scale this. Alright. So select this again. Assign new material. Let's go into this. Let's give a AI standard surface. And now what I'll be doing over here is like, let's go into the transmission. I'll just give the transmission and let's give any color to it. So we can just assign a color. Again, go over here, slightly give a bit of depth to it if required. Let's go down and we have a roughness parameter. Slightly reduce the roughness. Go down. Let's go into the coat material and let's add some color to it. Let's increase this. So you can see that I'm getting a pure color into it. So let's render this. Let's render it once and see how it looks like. So let's just render it. So you can make it more transparent if required. So I can just select this. Alright. So we can just select some of the area and let's go over here, select this. So we have already given a transmission. If we increase this, you will see that it is going to be more of a transparent. So instead of making this more red, we can just push towards 3 or 4. I think this is okay. This color is good enough. Also, we have a property over here, that's IOR. We can reduce it if you see, and if you increase it, you can say it's going to be more thick or something. So let's make it to 1.6 or 1.7 for a liquid. Go down, we also have a property over here, that's your coat material. So we can just slightly reduce it. That's it. Oops, as you can see. So 1.55 is okay for it for now. So I'll just select this and this both, and let's just duplicate it over here. Just save your file. You can see it how it looks like in the scene. Let's go over here, set up a render if required. Just save your file. So you can go into the samples, and if required you can increase that, ray depth, adaptive sampling, you can increase this. Let's save the file and let's render it again. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So I'll just render it over here. So thanks for watching this tutorial.